Hi children, good morning. Welcome back to our session. Our topic is, it's a beautiful topic, is it? About the stars and solar system. Stars and the solar system. Yesterday's class we have learned about the universe and celestial objects. Is it children? Yes. Today we are going to learn about moon. It's a wonderful object, celestial object, and all will like the moon. Is it children? Yes, we call it as Chintamani. Which mama? Chintamani. Is it? Chandra. Is it? Yes. So, now we are going to talk about the moon. So, if you see sometimes in the dark sky, it will be in the full shape and it gives the full light for us. After a few days, if you have observed, the half of the moon will be decreasing. Just half moon we can see. After a few days, we can see only the crescent moon. And after a few days, we can see no moon. There will be no moon in the sky. So, that day we call it as Amavasya. If the moon is very full, we call it as Hunnime. Is it? Purnima, Hunnime. So, why like this it is going on? Anybody are reading that moon? No. Then, how it happens? That only we call it as the phases of the moon. We call it as the phases of the moon. And by this moon shapes, we are going to celebrate the festivals. Is it children? Ramzan. After seeing the crescent moon, we are going to celebrate the Ramzan festival. Then if it is the full moon, we call it as Khadri Hunnime, Buddha Purnima. Like this, we are going to celebrate. And Amavasya, Mahalaya Amavasya. So, by seeing of the moons, few festivals we are going to celebrate. And Ganesha Chaturthi, after the Amavasya 4 days, we are going to celebrate it as the Ganesha Chaturthi by looking of the moon. So, few of the festivals, by seeing the phases of the moon, we are going to celebrate the festivals. So, we can say that full moon, half moon, gibbous moon, crescent moon, and also the no moon. Is it? And by this, we are having the eclipses also, children. So, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. So, solar eclipse occurs on no moon day. Amavasya divasa namage solar eclipse. So, the solar eclipse we are going to see. Then, lunar eclipse on the full moon day. So, Surya Grahana, Chandra Grahana. We call it as. Is it? Yes. Now, let me go for the phases of the moon. The phases of the moon occur because we can see only that part of the moon which reflects the light of the sun towards us. Yes, this is one of the important. So, the moon is not the self-luminous body, children. Then, how the light is coming? The reflection of by the sun. It is going to absorb the sun's light, and it is going to reflect it. That reflection itself, we are seeing the light from the moon. Sun is the self-luminous body, but moon is not the self-luminous body. The reflection of the sun's light we are going to absorb. That means the moon, it is going to reflect for us. The various shapes of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month are called as the phases of the moon. So, I can show you the phases of the moon. Observe in the picture, children. Yeah, so these are the phases of the moon. Now, different types of phases of the moon we have seen here. Then, how the phases of the moon are caused? Let me see. The different phases of the moon are caused by the angle from which an observer on earth can see the moon, illuminated by the sun as it orbits our planet. Which is our planet, children? Earth. Earth is our planet. So, around our planet, when the moon is rotating day by day. So, by this, the phases of the moon caused by the angle, each angle by the sun from which an observer on the earth can see the moon illuminated by the sun as it orbits our planet. That means the sun, moon, earth. So these three are the objects. When the sun is giving the light to the moon, only the half of the part, that means only it is having the shadow and this part we cannot see. So here this will be the dark part. Only this part on the earth, which are the countries we are having, the moon can be observed it as the full, because of the sun is going to give the light, that reflection is going to pass on the earth. As the moon makes its way around the earth, a person can look up in the sky and various fractions of its surface reflecting the sunlight. Due to the sunlight, when the moon is going on rotating like this, the different shapes of the moon we can be observed here. Okay, so this is about the phases of the moon. So I'll show you a small video regarding this phases of the moon. Observe the video. So by this, let me stop today's class, and tomorrow let me meet with a new point. Okay, thank you.
Our topic for today is phases of moon. Revolves around the Earth in a fixed orbit. The moon does not have its own light. Sun gives light to the moon. When the moon is between the Earth and the sun, we cannot see the moon at all. This is because the side of the moon facing the Earth does not get sunlight. This is called the new moon. After 2 to 3 days, we can see some part of the moon. This phase is called the waxing crescent. As the moon is gaining light, that is, expanding in illumination, we use the term waxing. About a week after the new moon, we can see half of the moon. This phase is called first quarter. 2 or 3 days after the first quarter, more than half of the moon is visible. This phase is called the waxing gibbous. About 2 weeks after the new moon, we can see the full moon. This is because the full side of the moon facing the Earth gets sunlight. Now, the moon begins its return journey from the full moon to the new moon. The next phase is called the waning gibbous. As the moon is now losing light, that is, decreasing in illumination, we use the term waning. The next phase is the last quarter, followed by the waning crescent. When the moon comes back between the Earth and the Sun, it enters the new moon phase again. Number of days between two new moons is 29, as the moon takes approximately 29 days to revolve once around the Earth. These changing shapes of the moon are called phases of the moon.